Welcome to Fit for Life, a podcast series devoted to helping you find the motivation, inspiration, and determination you need to achieve and exceed all of your fitness goals. Hi guys, I'm JT from MyFitMoto. I'm a nationally certified personal trainer with over 25 years of fitness experience. And I'm going to use all my years of experience and everything I've learned along my fitness journey to help you get fit for life. Hi guys, I'm JT, and today we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles and setbacks. You know, we all face them. They are inevitable. They're unavoidable. We all have obstacles and setbacks that impede our fitness progress and that potentially threaten to derail our entire fitness program. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. We're going to talk about how to overcome obstacles and setbacks. Okay, so you finally started to build some serious training, consistency, and momentum. Then it happens. A career change, a new relationship, promotion, or worse, an injury that disrupts your training schedule. This can be a real bummer. Trust me, I've had it happen myself, and it's really a downer. And it can deliver a serious blow to your entire fitness program and any plans you had to achieve your fitness goals. And for many, it's a poison dart in the heart of their fragile fitness motivation. Eventually, these people fade quietly back into the general population, joining the majority of individuals who are unable to overcome the obstacles and setbacks that derail their fitness program. And it's unfortunate because it happens to a lot of people. Whether you've been engaged in a fitness program for a few days, a few weeks, months, or even years, it's inevitable that you will encounter various obstacles and setbacks that impede your progress and hamper your ability to achieve your fitness goals. Unfortunately, these things are unavoidable and they're a fact of fitness. Everyone, and I mean everyone from amateur to professional, will experience obstacles and setbacks throughout their fitness journey. But they don't have to diminish your drive, focus, and motivation. And they certainly shouldn't be the reason you give up on achieving your fitness goals. So, now that we have the facts out in the open, let's figure out the best ways to overcome obstacles and setbacks so you can continue to achieve fitness success. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a big believer in learning from experience and especially the experience of others. So I want to share with you some of my 30 years of fitness experience as it relates to how I've dealt with obstacles and setbacks, both personally and with my clients. As I mentioned in previous posts, the first step in dealing with any potential issue is acknowledging it exists. And if you're involved in a fitness program, you're going to have to overcome various issues throughout your fitness journey, period. Now, anyone who thinks this won't happen to them is oblivious to reality, and they're subject to a higher risk of failure. So embrace reality, and let's figure out the best way to deal with the inevitable. Okay, so I like to refer to this first section as 6:15 a.m. squats while climbing the corporate ladder. I can tell you from personal experience that successfully maintaining a consistent fitness routine over a period of months and years requires various adjustments to your fitness plan, training schedule, and your training mindset. You know, before I became a certified personal trainer, I worked in various corporate jobs that required different levels of responsibility. During my years in middle management, I was able to maintain a fairly consistent after-work training schedule. But once I got promoted into a senior management position, those demands and the demand on my time and schedule grew exponentially. There were many times when work-related issues would arise late in the day, which would force me to work longer hours. So as a result, I eventually decided to adjust my training schedule. Because if I didn't, I was running the risk of becoming a 2 to 3 a day week workout guy, and that just wasn't going to cut it for me. I needed more. So I pivoted to an early morning training schedule. Now, I'm not, nor have I ever been, a morning person. So the thought of waking up early and working out first thing in the morning was not exactly appealing to me. But given the alternative of an on-again, off-again training schedule, Well, I set my alarm, down my 5:30 a.m. smoothie, and got my ass to the gym by 6:15. Now, it's not ideal, but it was necessary to maintain a consistent training program. My point here is this: you have to be flexible when it comes to your training schedule. Yes, working out the same day every day at the same time is ideal, but it's not always feasible or realistic. There are so many factors that can impact and change your training schedule and your plans. Things like starting a new job, getting a promotion, dealing with work or family related issues, or starting or ending a relationship can all impact how and when you're able to train. But by keeping an open mind and your training options open, you'll have the flexibility to make the necessary adjustments. Because if you just limit yourself to your specific training days and times, it can lead to inconsistency when a conflict arises that causes you to skip a training session. Remain flexible and you'll have a better chance of maintaining a more consistent training program. Again, ideally, if you can train the same day and at the same time, that's great. But it's not always feasible and it's not always realistic. And remember, consistency is all about maintaining a consistent training mindset, not necessarily training on the same day and at the same time each week. As long as you're training on a consistent basis, regardless of the day and time, hey, it's all good. Now here's a little training tip that I've used over the years, and it's really helped me. Always have your training gear with you, even on days when you don't plan on training or you don't think you can get to the gym. Here's why. Life has a way of changing our plans, and things can change really rapidly. So if all of a sudden you find you have extra time in your day, well, now you'll be prepared to take advantage of the unexpected training opportunity. Trust me, I've used that on numerous occasions, and it's really helped me stay on track and on schedule with my training. So be flexible with your training schedule and adapt. Life is full of examples of adaptation. Animals that survive and thrive because of their ability to adapt to their changing environment. If you can master the art of adaptation by making adjustments to your training schedule as needed, well, you'll not only survive, but your training program will thrive too. Okay, so I like to refer to this next section as, damn, that didn't feel right. Your training ROI. I know I keep beating the proverbial deadlift, but suffice to say that if you train consistently over an extended period of time, chances are you're going to get injured as a result of your training. Typically, now, this occurs with younger, less experienced individuals who, for some unknown reason, seem like they are trying to set some world weightlifting record. I just don't understand what I see sometimes in the gym. I see these people lifting an unreasonable amount of weight using improper technique, and that is a recipe for injury. No doubt about it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Now, I say injuries are inevitable, but also most injuries are avoidable, and here's why. As I mentioned in previous posts and podcasts, you should always have a training day game plan before you start any training session. You should have a good idea of the exercises you want to perform and the sequence in which you want to perform them. Each exercise you have on your training day game plan should align with your overall fitness goals. So whether it's building muscle, strength, size, improving muscle hypertrophy, or improving cardio efficiency or endurance, each exercise and movement should align with your bigger goals. So unless you're planning to become the next strongest man or a world-class Olympic weightlifter, there's really no reason to risk a potential injury by lifting far more weight than is required to achieve your training objective. Now that said, I understand we all occasionally want to test our mettle and push beyond our perceived physical limitations. I've done it myself. This mentality is at the heart of resistance training. But when you do it, try to do so in a planned, well thought out manner. I know we all take on a certain amount of risk by participating in a fitness program, but if we manage the risk properly with the necessary precautions, then we can minimize it. First and foremost, use proper technique. This alone will go a long way to ensure you don't increase your risk of injury. because when you use proper technique, you'll ensure that you at least stay within the boundaries of the appropriate range of motion, which is a big factor in injuries. Also, whenever you feel the urge to challenge yourself physically, ask yourself this question: what's my training ROI, risk of injury? If the training ROI outweighs your overall objective or doesn't align at all, then fight the urge to push your physical limitations beyond a reasonable point when risk outweighs the reward. Because incurring a serious injury can put a serious dent in your training consistency. Just remember, depending on your age and physical condition, even a moderate injury can take weeks or even months for your body to recover. This usually translates to downtime or recovery in order to let the injury heal. That could mean no training for weeks or maybe even months. So don't take the risk lightly. Remember your training objective and ask yourself, what do I have to gain? Your ego and workout psyche may get bruised, but your body will thank you by helping you maintain a more consistent training routine. Keep in mind the most high-risk injury areas are to the shoulders, lower back, calves, and quads. But if you're involved in a serious weight training program, every part of your body is a potential injury risk. Therefore, be aware of your training ROI when you decide to go for it, and do so using the right form and technique to lessen the risk of injury. Okay, so the title of this last section is, When It's All Said and Done, Nobody Cares But You. This section is actually the subject of a separate podcast that I've done about support. The episode focuses on support during your fitness journey. Do you have it? How do you get it? Using it to your advantage, and what do you do when it's lacking? So without going into too much detail here, check out that other podcast on fitness support. But I'll say this, whether you're just starting or well into a fitness journey, the one thing you'll eventually learn about personal fitness is, ultimately, you must do it for yourself. Getting and receiving support and encouragement throughout your fitness journey, trust me, it's awesome. It's great, and I encourage it. It can help motivate, inspire, and push you to achieve fitness goals that you never thought were possible. But when it's all said and done, and after the congratulatory handshakes and high fives and compliments fade, it's just you and your training. So if your only motivation for starting and or maintaining a fitness program is based solely on the acknowledgement of others, trust me, it will eventually shrivel up and die on the vine like overripe fruit that's been exposed to the sun too long. Personal fitness is a self-fulfilling prophecy in the sense that it eventually comes down to you and your fitness program. Even if you regularly participate in group fitness classes or train with a partner or with a support group, it all eventually comes down to you and your training. How you prepare, both mentally and physically, what you eat, how you recover, your fortitude and commitment to training. It's all about you. Yes, you can be motivated to get to the gym by a friend, family member, even a personal trainer. But in the end, it's your commitment and your dedication to your program that must endure the many obstacles and challenges that unfold before you. Because every fitness journey is different and unique. No two are exactly the same. And if you're not in it for yourself, once it gets really difficult, you'll look for a way out and join the countless others who let the obstacles and setbacks determine their fitness fate. Well, I hope some of the advice and experience I've shared with you will help you deal with the various obstacles and setbacks that you will eventually and inevitably encounter during your fitness journey. I've been training pretty much my entire adult life, and I can tell you from experience, I've encountered my fair share of obstacles and setbacks. And as I learned how to deal with them and continue my fitness journey, my program consistency and results improved, and training became more than just something I do, it became a way of life. Remember, we all face different, sometimes unique challenges that impact our ability to maintain a consistent fitness routine. There are many things that will compete for your time and attention throughout your fitness journey. But if you understand the challenges and how best to deal with the setbacks, you stand a much better chance of overcoming them and maintaining your program consistency. I'm JT from Life Fit Moto. That concludes this episode. If you have any questions, you can contact me at johnmyfitmoto@gmail.com or through our website, myfitmoto.com, or via our Instagram or Facebook pages. Please check out our other podcasts and subscribe to our podcast channel. Well, thanks again for listening. I hope my advice, experience, and knowledge helps you get fit for life.